Hey guys, it's Yalon. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to prepare for your freshman year of high school. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn on my post notifications so you are aware of when I post, and let's get straight into it. So I actually have graduated a long time ago, and I actually work at a high school now. I just completed my first year, and so you guys, I have basically like all the lowdown. Like, I know how it is for kids in high school today. If you guys are wondering my age, I am 24, but I'm literally like that young cool person that works at the job.
So not like a regular mom, I'm a cool mom. Right, Regina?
Please stop talking.
And the high schoolers love to talk to me and everything like that. This year I did work with 9th and 10th graders. So yeah guys, let's get into these tips. They talk to me all the time and always asking for advice and stuff like that. So I pretty much know what's going on in the high schools these days. So I broke it down into categories to basically help give you guys advice. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, because also on my channel you're going to be able to learn about natural hair and keeping your hair looking good during the school year, because so many of my students actually wear their hair natural, so like the girls love me. So yeah, let's get into this. The first category is going to be your classes / grades. So when you're starting off your freshman year of high school, it's very important that you're taking the right classes and that you're getting your right grades. So you want to make sure you're enrolled in classes that are actually benefiting you. Sometimes you have your standard general classes that you have to take, but sometimes you have basically electives such as like choir or dance or PE. Some schools let you swap out certain classes, so just make sure you're taking something that actually interests you, and your grades are very, very important. Freshman year is going to lay down the foundation of your grades, and it's going to carry you through the rest of high school. You really do not want to mess up your freshman year, you guys. So make sure you're very focused. Make sure you're staying on top of your work. For a lot of my students, I had to make sure they stayed off of advisory report. That basically lets you know that you're like below a 70% in the class and you need to make it up, or you're gonna have summer school. All schools are not like this. Some schools will flat out most likely fail you or just give you a D, and that's your grade. But it's important to keep up with your grades, because this is following you for the rest of your life. And also, when you get to that point of when you want to apply to colleges and stuff, they're going to be looking at those grades all the way from when you started your freshman year. So you want to start off really strong so that you're not failing your classes and you're getting those good grades that you want, because it's carrying you for the rest of your life. Like, colleges are looking at that when you are applying. So make sure you're taking the classes that you need and you're also getting the grades that you want, because you don't want to be like some of these students that are actually stressed out towards the end of the school year, trying to make up their grades, trying to get it up higher because they were slacking off in the beginning of the school year. Like, start it off strong and finish it strong. Don't slack off or you will be paying for it, like seriously. The next thing is going to be teachers. I feel like it's good to have a nice relationship with your teachers, because me working at the school, I am a paraprofessional, so I have a one-on-one with my special needs student, but I also communicate a lot with the actual teachers, and the teachers talk to me a lot and they tell me a lot about the students and what they would want more from them. So I'm getting to see a teacher's perspective all the time, and a lot of times teachers want more of your participation. They want you to actually show interest in your work, make sure you're getting it done, just be a responsible student, because once you get to college, you guys, you're pretty much on your own and nobody's there to tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, you didn't get your work in, you're failing this class. Like, no, a professor's straight out going to fail you once you get to college. So in high school, it's basically preparing you and building you up for when you do go to college, but you already want to start getting that good foundation with your teachers. Just communicate with them and let them know things that are going on with you. Do not wait last minute, especially when you have certain assignments due, and act like you were just lost and you didn't know you had this assignment, or you never came to the teacher for help. The teacher is there for a reason. Make sure you're creating a good bond with your teacher. Let them know you're aware that you're here and that you're participating in class and that you're actually trying to learn, and get your work in and stuff. It's a teacher-student relationship is very, very important. I feel like when I was in high school, I did not talk to my teachers at all. I only had one teacher that I would talk to, and that was my Spanish teacher. He was my absolute favorite. He was super cool, Mr. Pareja. Shout out to you. But you just want to make sure, guys, just bond with your teachers if you can. Like, teachers are human beings just like you are. Always have respect for your teachers. They are an adult figure, but bonding with your teacher is a really good thing. Next thing I'm going to talk about is friends. Now, going into high school, it can be very hard to make friends. I saw in the first week, just watching the students, a lot of them, some kids knew each other, and some people would talk right away. You know, you'd get in the classroom, you never met these people before, but you're already talking and just bonding. Some people are outgoing like that, and they'll get to know each other, and then there are some people that won't really talk. They're kind of more shy, and I would see people off by themselves at lunchtime eating alone. You do not want to be that student. I feel like right on the first day, just try to say like, hey, my name is so-and-so, what school did you go to? Or just fish out a compliment at somebody. Make sure it's genuine, like, oh, I like your shoes, or something like that. Or like, oh, what school did you come from and stuff. Like, just make little small talk and conversation. That way you always have like somebody you know, and then it kind of helps to turn to somebody in case you need help with something in the future. So like on the first week of school, you might not know where a class is, or you're scheduling or something like that, and then you'll have that familiar face that you saw in one of your classes, and then you can go talk to them. And try to do that for every single class that you walk into, because you'll probably have like 4 or 5 periods in each one of those classes. Try to make it your goal to at least talk to 2 people, and that way you'll have more familiar faces, and then by the time like lunchtime rolls around, you'll be like, oh, I remember that person from first period, let me go over there and talk to them, so you won't be lonely. So my next topic, also with friends, I saw this a lot. You may not be friends with the same person you were friends with the first week of school. In high school, there can be a lot of drama. People are still kind of like getting to know each other, so don't expect that that might be your friend the whole school year. I've literally seen people be friends for like 2 weeks, and next thing I know, they're not cool, because you're still getting to learn each other. You guys are all coming from a different place. You're kind of transitioning into really being a teenager and seeing like this whole different space. Like, middle school is so different from high school, so you're just like really getting to know yourself and see who you really want to be friends with. It's a weird transition in life, but the same friends you started high school with might not be the same friends you graduate with, and you'll make new friends. Sometimes people you weren't friends with in 9th grade, you'll be friends with in 10th grade. And I heard a lot of my 10th grade students say that, like, they would be like, none of us liked each other in 9th grade, but now we're literally all friends. So you just gotta roll with it and see how things turn out. Okay guys, so my next topic is going to be on relationships. Now, in high school, I have seen so many relationships come and go, and this was the same as when I was in high school. Relationships can vary from a different amount of time. I've seen relationships last 1 week. I've seen relationships last 3 months. I've seen relationships last the whole school year into the next school year. Relationships at the end of the day is all about who you're compatible with, and then also in high school, like, how mature you guys are to stay in a relationship and not have a wandering eye for other people. I feel like in high school, people have not learned how to respect the other partner yet. I see girls hugging up on other guys still. Like, you have a boyfriend, why are you all hugged up on this other guy? Or the guy will be all up on another girl. I feel like people just do not have that respect, because if you're in college or even as an adult, nobody's tolerating that, especially right in front of their face. Nobody's tolerating that. So in high school, relationships come and go. That person that you was with that first week of school, you may not be with them that second week of school. Like, I've seen people be with a girl, break up with them, be with the next girl. So it's like, oh, you was liking my man that whole time. Or you'll be looking at your boyfriend or your ex-boyfriend like, oh, so you was secretly liking that other girl while we was together, because now you done hopped into the next relationship that fast. You'll see them break up and they'll be right back with the ex. Like, I've literally seen so much working at school, and just also from when I was in high school. Like, relationships are off and on, they're iffy. You'll see the boyfriend talking about the girlfriend to his friends, all bad and bashing her. But why are you with her if you're gonna bash her? And then you'll see the girls talking about their guy who is so stupid and stuff. So relationships in high school are really just, they're whatever. Like they can be so childish. But for me personally, when I was in high school, I was in a relationship from 10th to 12th grade, and then me and that person broke up like our freshman year of college. But relationships can be cool. It just really all depends on who you're with, who you're vibing with, the respect they have for you. And that's the same thing that carries into your adulthood. But high school can definitely be more childish. It's a lot more of he said, she said going on. And just a lot of maturing overall. Relationships can get very, very tricky. Okay, which takes me into my next topic of sex. Now, in relationships in high school, you may feel pressure to have sex. You're going to hear about a lot of people having sex. You're going to hear about it a lot. And it's going to make you feel like, do I want to have sex? Or you might feel the peer pressure to have sex just because you hear your peers doing it. You do not have to feel pressure to have sex if you do not want to. I repeat, do not feel pressure to have sex if you do not want to. I honestly feel like you should wait for the right person to have sex with. That way you won't have any regrets. Like, do it with somebody that you really love. And in high school, you might feel like you really love that person that you're with for 3 months. So I mean, it really all depends. I honestly say do it when you're ready, so there are absolutely no regrets. Don't feel pressure to do it just because your boyfriend at the time is saying that he wants to have sex or anything like that. If he's not willing to wait for you and when you're comfortable, then that's not the person you should be with. You shouldn't feel pressured into doing something you don't want to do. You shouldn't have your friends pressuring you just because they're having sex. None of that. You are going to hear about sex in high school. You're going to hear about it a lot. Stay strong and don't feel the pressure. That's all I can say. Do not feel the pressure. And if you do have sex, please use condoms. I see too many high school girls that get pregnant because they're just doing it and they're not using safety. Like, I feel like a lot of high school students forget about safety first. Use a condom. Make sure the guy knows how to put on a condom in the first place. Make sure you know, just in case he doesn't. And don't get no STDs or nothing like that. I don't want to hear about it because I'm going to be disappointed in y'all. Don't be out here being reckless. Be safe. My next thing is going to be about time management. Now, high school time management is going to be very, very important because you're going to have deadlines. You're going to have finals to stay for, essays due. You might have after school activities you like to do. So time management is very, very important. I like to use a planner. I've been using a planner since I was in high school, and I still use it up into my adult years because, especially with doing YouTube and things like that and working around my regular 9-to-5 job, I have to have time management. Time management in school is going to be very important because, like I said, you're going to want to stay on top of your grades and you're preparing for the next step, which is going to be college. You want to stay on top because you don't want to repeat any of your classes. You don't want to be failing. You don't want to end up in summer school. None of that. Stay on top. I know in high school you're going to want to have tons of fun. You're going to want to go to parties. You're going to want to have to hang out with your friends on the weekends especially, or sometimes even after school. You might want to hang out, grab pizza, whatever. But you need to have good time management because if you know in your heart you have a test you need to go study for, or homework assignment that's due, or anything like that, you do not want to fall behind. Give yourself plenty of time. Map out the weeks, map out the months, see what you have to get done so that you're not stressing to do something at the last minute or you end up failing and not turning in something. Because trust me, when you get towards the end of the school year and you're trying to make up a bunch of work because of the slacking you did earlier on, it's gonna bite you in the ass. Like, you're gonna be so mad that you waited to the last minute to get things done. My next thing is going to be mental health, and I'm going to tie that into social media. With mental health, I see a lot of kids that are dealing with stress because you're trying to get all this work in. You're trying to figure yourself out. You're dealing with friends. You're dealing with relationships. You're dealing with family issues, and all of that can take a toll on your mental health. I've seen students that are stressed out. They're going through depression, suicidal thoughts. All of this stuff can take a toll on your health, and my advice is also, like I said, time management. If you're timing everything out, you're creating those bonds with your teachers, that can help eliminate some stress because you're getting things in on time. you have a teacher that helps you out with everything and things like that, and you're just staying on top of everything. If you're having any other type of mental issues, there's always the school counselor you can turn to. I know a lot of the students at my school talk to the school counselor to help them with depression or suicidal thoughts. We'll have certain students on watch for those things, and we're just basically helping guide them through it. If you're having those issues, please reach out. Please talk to somebody. It is okay. There are tons of people going through the same thing as you, so you do not have to feel alone when it comes to those things. You can always have an adult figure to talk to or awareness lines to reach out to that can help you through it. Like, please make sure you utilize those things. They're very, very helpful, and it'll help out a lot. Like, seriously, please use them. And the next thing is going to be social media. Now, I feel like you guys are growing up in an age where you're seeing a lot on social media. Do not feel pressured to look and feel like those things you're seeing. I know you guys are seeing a lot of Instagram models these days with their bodies that have been done for the most part, or filtered, Facetune, Photoshop. Do not feel the pressure. You're only a teenager. You have not developed into your woman body yet. Do not feel the pressure to look a certain way just because of what you're seeing on social media. Like, please don't let it get to you. Don't feel ugly about what you look like or your skin. You're going through puberty. You're going to be breaking out and stuff like that. Do not feel bad and compare yourself to something you're seeing online. When I was in school, we didn't have Instagram to look at. We literally, Instagram came out my last month of high school, and barely any of us were using it. So it didn't become a poppin' thing until that summer graduating out of high school. So I didn't have to go through, oh my god, look at this girl on Instagram, or YouTube wasn't even popping like that yet. We weren't looking at beauty gurus like that and being like, oh my god, I wish I looked like this girl, or I wish my hair was like this, or my makeup. We weren't dealing with none of that. So in this time, I feel like it's very important to stay strong and really look at the brighter picture of some of these people are really professional in what they do. They really know how to do hair. They really have done the research on how to clear up their skin, get it looking good so that you guys can know how to look good. Some people really know how to do their makeup. Like, I don't know how to come on here with a beat face and do my makeup and just look slayed on here. You cannot beat yourself down because of something that you're seeing on social media. You literally have to stay strong. And when you go to school, look around you. You're going to see normal teenagers just like you. They're not going to look like these people that you freaking just saw on Instagram, filtered and makeup and all these slayed outfits. You're not going to see that when you step into the actual real world of high school. You're going to see normal kids that look just like you. So don't be stressed out to look like something you've seen on social media, and don't be influenced by social media too much. I know the things I'm seeing, I'm just like, oh my god, I would not want my high school child to see this. Like, this is way too much. You guys are exposed to so much, and sometimes I just feel so sorry for y'all. But stay strong, reach out, and always have somebody to talk to about how you're feeling. Don't bottle things all up inside. Just talk and reach out. I hope this video was informative for you guys. I feel like it was long, but I feel like I covered every topic, and I feel like it was better than my video last year because I just got so much more insight since I'm able to work at a high school and really just see things and witness how people are growing up now today. So I wanted to come to you guys with a fresh perspective, and hopefully it was helpful and informative for you guys. If you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, show love to me, give this video a thumbs up, and definitely drop a comment down below. I want to hear anything, video ideas, how you feel about going into high school. If you have any more questions about high school that you want to know, I can definitely make a part 2, so you guys can leave them down below. I would love to make another video. Just talk down in the comments. Talk about how you're feeling going into high school, and you might have somebody that can relate to you in the comments, and then you guys can start talking, you know. So if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, turn on my post notifications, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.